What's up, guys? Midwestern RC, and today we are reviewing the Injora all-terrain AT 62mm tires. I'm already a huge fan of these. I can't wait until they get broken in, and I can't wait until it gets warmer out, as they're just going to perform better under those conditions. Let's get right into it. All right, so this is my little rock garden, as I call it, a little rock course, you know. So just basically a bunch of rocks and other stuff that I've found, like bricks like there. I also have the slides. So my neighbors, like 2 blocks away, were actually they threw this away, and then I was like, okay, I know exactly what I can use that for. And then they threw this away like 2 weeks later, and I was like, yes, another free slide. So with this, literally just spray foam, primer, textured spray paint. This was my first one, so I didn't know as much per se. This one right here, I put some twigs, some rocks in and stuff like that. I ended up trimming off the bottom twice already. I want to do it again one more time, just so it's at a steeper angle, so it's more of a challenge, as most of my cars can make it up and down this. Still really fun obstacle though. I'll go over the modifications real quick. So I have a Reefs 179 Smart Micro Servo, the Reefs servo horn. I have the Furatech Stinger system bound to this isn't the stock receiver. This is a different one off of a different car. So that's why it's still a Traxxas receiver or transmitter. Honestly, I don't really like the spring tension in this, so I might change that out eventually. I also have RC all-wheel drive brass SCX 24 wheels. You do have to modify these quite a bit to get them to fit on the TRX4M. I also have Injora brass diff covers, front and rear. I may end up switching the rear back to the stock, as I'll have more weight up front. I think this truck will benefit a little bit more from that. I also have the Traxxas crawler gears in here. Made a huge difference with how much control you have, especially paired with the TRX4M system. The body, I get a lot of questions about this. I basically just took a Dremel to this and then used E6000 glue and popsicle sticks. We're getting right into it. We're gonna do one of the most challenging and also, for me, I think aesthetically pleasing lines of this course. I was able to do this a few times yesterday. Let's see if today is any different. Really want to hook a tire when you're getting up stuff like this. Just like that. Got that front hooked. Try to let it slow crawl up. Really got to swing to the right, as my left is kind of coming off. I'm gonna try to save it. There we go. I think I can do it. But let's see. This is when you let the front kind of carry over and into it. That's how soft these tires are. That's definitely a big help. There we go. Nice. All right, so for this incline, I gotta say, anytime you really upgrade to a larger diameter tire, it's gonna make inclines a lot harder because it's raising the center of gravity. This line right here, some of my cars can do it, no issue. That's like really my Furatech Cayman Pro 4x4, my 6x6, but those are like competition rigs, you know? So right there, we're hanging that front left tire. Don't want it to fall. Get it in a better position. Want that front left to settle. Here, I'll try to show you. That's what I'm talking about. That's a scenario where it can tip very easily if you give it too much throttle input. So I'm crawling right now. The truck's actually moving. But what I want is I want that slow crawl, because I don't want that front left to flip. There we go. We'll have touchdown soon. Nice. Tires back on. All right. Now I'm going to reposition the camera just to kind of show you guys something, give you a little tip. So you can see, as you can kind of see right here on the rock, there's that negative space in the middle. So I know this thing kind of gets high centered sometimes. It doesn't happen as much with these big tires anymore, but I want to get that, I want to choose the line so the center kind of uses that as an advantage, that center, that dip right there. I'm just going to show you via demonstration. Letting that center just glide right through the decline. Using that servo to kind of get that front end to come over. Crawling super slow, letting that front right kiss. right there, turning to the right so I can get that front bumper more clearance. And slow crawling down. Now this is a new part, to me at least. That's the best thing about little crawler courses, is that they're so easy to just change up when you get bored of certain lines and you get to know the course really well. So this one, I'm gonna say I might try to make it a little more challenging. This thing's able to do it really easily. Having that ground clearance from the bigger tires definitely was beneficial with the TRX4M. Thinking this line right here will be a little more challenging. Let's see what it does. Those sharp corners, sharp edges, a little more challenging, especially when you're trying to brake over it like that. Handled it very well. That back right's gonna probably screw me up. Need to take a reverse. I'm hung up on the rear diff, so we're just gonna back up, give it a bump. That didn't help. There we go, finally. All right, I'm gonna do something a little sketchy. Try to see if I can slide this. Nope, it's not happening. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. I wonder if you guys can see the line that I'm thinking about. We're gonna go up this big white rock, cross to the right, and go across what I call the brickyard. There we go, super easy. You know, the stock TRX4M tires, I really don't think they're bad actually. On the 10th scale TRX4, I actually like those better than Hyrax, believe it or not. But on the TRX4M, I just think they're not soft enough to do as good as they could. All right, this is an easy obstacle, but it's just fun. I don't know. It's more so just watching the truck move, do its thing. Now, something I gotta say, and I think this is just a general tip with RC cars in general, not necessarily more so crawlers, but the TRX4M, as many people know, has plastic differential gears. And a lot of people upgrade them to the steel. Now, I have the plastic gears in here, but if my truck gets in a bind ever, I know that if I just sit there and then try to throttle it out, something's most likely gonna break. So if it's in an obvious bind and even throttling out might not get me out of there, I'm just gonna pick it up and move it. I could upgrade to the steel gears, but I'd rather just do that instead, to be honest. All right, again, this line right here, the mountain as I call it, the plastic slides, pretty easy, but again, just fun to go up. Oh, like right there, a little bit of a bind. Just reversed it and trying to instead of trying to gas up it. The descent right here, again, pretty easy. This first part though, I'll show you guys, kind of a steep drop off. Video really doesn't do it justice. So we're gonna let the FearTech system shine. Those Traxxas crawler gears, nice and slow down it. There we go. All right, we're gonna do a little side hill test with these tires. Now, anytime, it's not the tires, it's not the compound, it's not the tread pattern, but when you increase the tire diameter, your side hilling capabilities are not going to be as good because it's raising that center of gravity. Right here, I know I want that front left to kiss. There we go, straighten her out. And the front steer me up to a good position. You're always trying to think about the next line that you're going to be taking, trying to set yourself up for a better line. I'm all over the place with my language today. No editing cuts either. Try to take her low. Oh, nice. Spinning around, that's what I like. Adjust my gimbal. Alright. Now from right here, actually let's move it. Alright, trying to just position the camera so I can show you guys how much of an angle this thing can side hill at. Now with the stock tires on this thing surprisingly, being a hard body, could side hill very well. I was always really impressed with that, but I just didn't have the ground clearance. This thing being an 18th scale, being low to the ground clearance was definitely an issue. Try to bridge it over to that red rock. I'm gonna move the camera. I'm not gonna move the truck. Just so you guys can see what I'm trying to do. I do have a feeling it's gonna tip. Anytime it's gonna tip, you know, you can kind of adjust the steering just so it doesn't tip as much. All right, so what do you guys think of these tires? I, again, really like them. I do feel like this compound, this tread pattern, really good for rock crawling. It's just, you know, very tall tire, much taller than stock. You have the ground clearance, but I do feel like a 58 millimeter tire with this would be a lot better. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff that helps the algorithm so we can push this video out a little better. Until next time, Midwestern RC out.